I've been grindstock removal for like 15, probably 20 years, but 15 years properly. So I'm literally back to square one again with this forging kind of side of things. I mean, I've done it so many times over the years, but I it's more of a voyeur than I was an actual obsessive.
He's not a pro, but his knife sell out within like 5 minutes when he does the drop.
No, but that's the thing. I mean, this is the internal struggle that I have now, right? Because I can get in touch with Albert and Andy and kind of like get some fantastic Damascus from the guys. I can get a from Tobias, I can get some Apex Ultra, and I can get stuff through yourself on your website. I can get the Damasteel, and there's so many things. I don't really need to forge my own in so many ways in this modern day compared to like a long time ago when stuff wasn't so readily available. I mean, you can even spec out and ask for some tapering or do special things now. You can even get in touch with companies that can almost have a like a pre-made bevel, or like integral knife design. I've seen. I've never used them, but the thing is that there's something incredibly efficient and logical in many ways about just grindstock removal. Cut the blade out, heat treat it to the best of your ability, grind it out to the best of your ability, put a really sexy handle on it, and then spend a lot of time making it perfect and do that many times and repeat, and you're an efficient knife maker. So why do we kind of go into that forging kind of world? And the reason is there's a little bit more passion. There's so much more. The effort that's shown raises the bar. And I think also there's that urge to be so much more, to stand out more and to actually create layer and texture and to almost go from that 2D into the 3D element with the forging and show that kind of more man-made element to it than it just being almost perfect and sort of of machined. And I think that's something that I want to kind of be able to do, and having the tools is something. I mean, look, if I was just crunching numbers and shit was hard, I probably shouldn't have built the forge. I should just keep doing what I'm doing, and if not, become more efficient. Yeah. And it's the opposite. I feel like to actually improve my my image as a knife maker and actually to improve as a knife maker, I need to explore all aspects of it, and actually the forge is probably the best thing I could do in relation to raise my level of craftsmanship, I suppose, in some ways, if that's not a vulgar way or a bad way of putting it.
Yeah, but I mean, as you improve and you have more understanding of how forging works and heat treating and all the different complexities that go along with it, you want to dive into that. It's just like this rabbit hole.
Oh, it's
in
fascinating.
Every direction.
But every time you do that, you've got to throw in another grain refining, another normalizing cycle, a little bit of tempering, a few things. Yeah. Then you're ready to cut it out. Then you're ready to heat treat. Then you're ready to temper. It is a complexity that layers of complexity that you add into the process that is really worth it. It's suddenly when realizing why it's worth it is almost hard to kind of put into words until you're obsessed. When you really do become obsessed with the knife world, and I think that's the difference. I feel like collectors and people who are knife people would probably sooner hear the levels of skill that somebody has. And I feel like I'm probably, I feel like I've accomplished in many ways as a knife maker over the years, but I'm not a sort of a blade. I can't, that word bladesmith, I feel like that comes from striking a hammer onto hot metal. Is that, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, but that goes in, I mean, all those rabbit holes go in every single direction. It's like endless. I think that's one of the greatest things about knife making. You can be a leather worker, a sheath maker, a handle person, somebody that stabilizes wood. You can be it goes in every direction. It's endless.
Yeah. And with that comes the questioning yourself. I mean, I'm always fascinated by